Decrease where needed and finish this row first. Once you finish this row, turn and work on the next row. This part matches exactly with the previous side. For this side, including the cuffs and neckline, decrease where required. And follow the pattern in the middle. Everyone should complete it according to the chart. Alright, this row is also finished. The following part belongs to pattern B. There are 2 more rows matching this side, both sides correspond to each other. And all the decrease symbols and techniques you've already learned. Follow the chart and finish these remaining 2 rows of pattern B first. I won't repeat the demonstration for this part. Here I have both left and right front body pieces. The pattern B section is now completely finished. You can cut the yarn for this color directly. One thing to note for this color, if it's the smallest size for children, then the decreasing here is already completed, meaning it merges into the square of the adjacent color, so no need to cut the yarn here. The next square, which belongs to pattern C, happens to be the same color. So simply insert the hook at this point, and pull the yarn tail through to start crocheting pattern C. However, if it's not the smallest size but another size, at this point, like it is now, this yarn hasn't been fully merged into the outermost square yet. There are 2 options. One is to chain 1 and cut the yarn, then reinsert the hook to crochet, just like we did for other sections. The other method is to switch colors at this point. Then carry the yarn tail for a few stitches from the back. And then start crocheting pattern C. I'll demonstrate the latter method here. If you choose to carry the yarn without cutting it, then you'll need to switch colors when making the last decrease stitch of this row. Normally, we'd complete the decrease by pulling through all loops at once, but since we need to switch colors now, stop right here. The color switching method remains the same as before, switching color square by square. Here we need to take out the yarn in the corresponding color for the middle collar. Then switch it in with this yarn. This completes the color switch, and then make 2 beginning chains. While crocheting from the back, carry this yarn tail along. Since this is also a decrease, we first crochet 2 incomplete stitches. Now we've reached this edge again, and need to switch colors, so at this point, carry the incomplete stitch with the next color. This side is the right side, so pull the yarn tail to the back. Just like before, after switching colors, start crocheting pattern C. This way, the color of this middle square is brought over here. When using this method of carrying yarn without cutting, there's one thing to note. If it's a small or medium size for children, there aren't many stitches left here, so carrying the yarn is fine. This won't be very noticeable from the back, but for adult sizes, there are more stitches remaining here. When decreasing into pattern C, the carried yarn might leave a slight trace, but it's actually not very obvious. If you don't mind, you can still choose this method. It's up to you. Now here, I'll demonstrate how to do a double-colored decrease. When decreasing all the way to this point, where the neckline color needs to be incorporated into the side color block. A double-colored decrease can be done by decreasing 2 stitches or 1 stitch. I happen to have 2 stitches left here, so I'll demonstrate how to do a 2-stitch decrease. After completing the beginning chain, work a regular stitch. Make an incomplete double crochet, and carry the yarn tail along. Then work another incomplete stitch in the next stitch. Now with 2 incomplete stitches, pinch and pull the yarn through. The yarn from the adjacent color block has been carried over, so wrap it around your hand. Wrap the yarn once, but don't carry it through. Wrap the yarn and then insert the first stitch of this color block. Pull up like making a double crochet, create an incomplete stitch like this. Now there are 4 loops on the hook, this one was carried over. Leave this strand as it is and place it here. Then pull through one by one. Place this yarn behind as before. This completes a double-colored, 2-stitch decrease. After this, continue crocheting following the pattern of pattern C. This is the 3-stitch to 1 double-colored stitch. Because here, I need to decrease another 2 stitches as I go up. So I'll crochet normally first. This was just a demonstration of the technique. Once you've learned this technique, use it whenever needed by following this method. I'll continue following the pattern of my swatch. First decrease 1 stitch. Decrease upward, then move to the next row. When decreasing the last stitch, I'll demonstrate again how to make a 2-stitch double-colored stitch. Still change colors normally and place it behind. Then work the first row of pattern C, which means work a double crochet into each stitch correspondingly. There are no more decreases on the edge, just crochet across it. Then the V-shaped pattern of pattern C on this side, I've already crocheted it. Now there's only 1 stitch left here. When crocheting this row, the last stitch needs to be fully incorporated into pattern C. We'll make a double-colored decrease stitch for 2 stitches. First make an incomplete stitch and hold it. Then pull the yarn over, wrap it around. Pass through the last stitch. Just like making a double crochet, make an incomplete stitch, then pull through. This completes a double-colored decrease stitch where 2 stitches become 1. Then chain 1 stitch, and this color can be fastened off. Then turn the fabric over. The yarn for this last color block is all joined into this single stitch. Because this side has already been fully incorporated, this is the first stitch, then directly from here. Pick up the yarn again. Start a new chain, and begin crocheting pattern C normally. At the same time, hide the yarn tail at the back. Then follow the pattern sequence of pattern C, 1 row of double crochets, 1 row of V-shaped open stitches. Continue crocheting all the required pattern repeats, and when crocheting the last row of double crochets, join with the back body while crocheting. I'll demonstrate this later. First finish crocheting the pattern repeats here. Okay, I've completed 2 pattern repeats here. Now crocheting the last row of double crochets. At this point, we need to join with the back body while crocheting. Okay, let's take out the back body, and identify right and wrong sides. This is the right side, then we need to flip it over so it's back to back with the front body. This side is also the right side. Look at these flowers, the front of the flowers indicates the right side of the fabric piece. This side is also right side, and this side is right side too. The 2 pieces are joined back to back, right at this position. First, make a double crochet. After completing it, slightly enlarge the loop and pinch it. Then thread it through the corresponding first stitch on the back body. Then pull the enlarged loop through. After pulling it through, make the next double crochet. Enlarge the loop again. Pass through the next stitch here. Pull the loop through. Continue making double crochets. Same steps, after each double crochet, slightly enlarge the loop. Then pull the loop through the corresponding position on the opposite side. Continue to the next double crochet. Keep doing this until the end. This side corresponds to the first stitch. Then chain 1 and cut the yarn. This shoulder seam is now connected. This half is now completed. Now reinsert the hook to work on the other half. The crocheting method for this half is identical to the other half. The decrease positions also correspond. Still pay attention, when inserting the hook, alternate right side and wrong side. This side is facing you with the wrong side, so insert from the front. When it's time to switch colors, use the corresponding color yarn as usual. Then continue crocheting. Here's a decrease. Then move up. This stitch will be fully merged into the next stitch. Let me demonstrate again. Then continue crocheting as usual. Pattern C is done. Once this half is merged in, this entire neckline section is completed. What to note here is that the final merged stitch starts with this color and merges with it, so the stitch remains this color. But actually, the position of this stitch has already moved to this color block. Later, a row of double crochets will go across here. It will be mostly covered, so it doesn't matter when working this row of double crochets. Don't forget this stitch is merged from 2 stitches. The key point for the neckline section is skip 1 stitch in the middle, then decrease according to the chart on both sides. Whether it's the smallest size for children, medium size, or adult large size. The last stitch, whether in pattern B or extending into pattern C. Always merge with the adjacent color block, making a double colored decrease. It might be decreasing 1 stitch or 2 stitches. I've already demonstrated the crocheting method, just follow the corresponding chart. The row of pattern B next to it will all be decreased. Until it merges into the adjacent section. Then here, continue with pattern C above, 1 row of double crochets, 1 row of V-shaped pattern. After completing this pattern, repeat when working the last row of double crochets. Join as you go just like we did earlier. This connects both shoulder seams. I won't repeat the demonstration, follow the chart to complete it. After shoulder connection is done, connect the underarms. The underarm joining method is, first work a row of single crochets along the side, then join 2 by 2. Since this row of single crochets must have the right side facing out, the insertion point is, it's on the front body at this position. Because hooking this way keeps the right side facing out, when moving to the back body, you hook upward from below here, which also keeps the right side facing out. First work a row of single crochets on the front body. Then when working the row of single crochets on the back body, join as you go with the front body, just like we did for the shoulders. The insertion point here also moves forward to this side, meaning you hook from below to keep the right side facing out. Then coming from the back follows this direction. If you're unsure, you can do as I'm showing here. Adding a stitch marker at the spot where you need to make single crochets. The insertion point starts from the row before the decrease row, meaning this row is where the decreases begin. Then, at the spot where there's no decrease in the previous row, start inserting the hook. For the back part, insert from the very first stitch of the starting chain at the bottom. This row begins the decreases, and for sewing underarm, insert into the stitch before the decrease stitch. All sizes follow this method. Now I'll demonstrate the crocheting technique. Take the yarn in the corresponding color. The yarn color for the side single crochet should match the color of the side edge block it's picking up. So since this side is green, we'll use green yarn. Insert into the stitch of the row before the decrease row. Make a chain stitch. Then work a single crochet in the same spot, and hide the yarn tail at the same time. This is worked on the stitch. Then up to this point. Don't pick up the entire double crochet, pass through the 2 strands in the middle to work a single crochet. Then the next row. The first stitch. Work a single crochet first. Then pick up the entire turning chain next to it. This is the turning chain of 2 chains from the previous 2 stitches. Pick up the entire turning chain, and work a single crochet. The crocheting method for this row of single crochets is, when there's a stitch, pick up the stitch and work a single crochet. Then at the position of the entire double crochet, if there's a turning chain, pick up the entire turning chain, and work a single crochet. If there's no turning chain, pick up half of the double crochet, which means pass through from the middle to work a single crochet. One row consists of 2 single crochets. Continue working this way, but since the colors need to correspond, so when you reach this point, this stitch requires a color change. The color change method is similar to that of the double crochet. First, bring the loop over but don't complete the single crochet, which is equivalent to making an incomplete single crochet. Then take the corresponding yarn and bring it over. Complete the single crochet. Then move the yarn tail to the back. Next, work a single crochet into the stitch here, and weave in the end at the same time. Then here, since there's no turning chain, pick the middle part and work a single crochet. There's a stitch next to it now. Work another single crochet into the stitch. Then here there's a turning chain, so pick the braid of this turning chain. Keep crocheting all the way to the end. For the last row, complete the stitches and the single crochet on the adjacent starting chain. Don't forget that half of the yarn tail from the starting chain is still here. So under the first double crochet of this last row, the remaining half should also get a single crochet. Only then is it finished. Then chain 1 and cut the yarn. This completes the row of single crochets along the side. When crocheting the back body, work and join along the side as you go. I'll demonstrate the crocheting method. The yarn tail here has already been woven in as we went, so just cut it off. Then take out the corresponding color yarn for the back body. Insert the hook into this stitch, through the remaining half of the starting chain below. This chain stitch of the starting chain, we already picked up the top half earlier. So now work the remaining bottom half, and the inner loop. Insert the hook here, make a single crochet while weaving in the tail. There's a chain stitch as the starting chain before making the single crochet, but I won't repeat that. Then bring over the other side, that was already crocheted. Pass through this stitch, pull the loop through. This method is the same as the shoulder connection we did earlier, just using single crochets instead of double crochets. Then work the next stitch. There's no turning chain of 2 chains for this row. So insert through the middle of the double crochet, and make a single crochet. Gently pull the loop and pinch it. Pass through the adjacent stitch and pull the loop through. Continue making the next single crochet in the stitch. Stretch the loop. Thread through here. Pull the loop through. There's a turning chain of 2 chains here, so pick up that starting chain. Make a single crochet. Follow this method. Join up to this point, then switch colors for the next color and continue working. First work it to this position. Okay, work to here. This stitch position requires switching colors. First work an incomplete single crochet. Switch to the next color yarn. The color change method remains the same. Bring it over. The color change is done here, and it also needs to be joined with this side, so pinch here as well. Then pass through this stitch. Pull the loop over. When pulling, pay attention to pinch below as well, because this yarn tail hasn't been secured yet. So pinch here while pulling. This way, the color change is done, and the join is also completed. All these go to the wrong side. Begin the next stitch. Continue joining with this side. Okay, this is the last stitch. Then over here is the first stitch we just made. After the join is completed, fasten off with one slip stitch. This completes the underarm join, then turn all these yarn tails to the wrong side, just like we did earlier. Now take the sewing needle. Make a few stitches through the wrong side first. Then take the yarn tail. Cut it off directly here. Then thread it through. And hide it inside. Then cut off these ends, same for the others. Hide it like this. Once this side is sewn together, the underarm on the other side uses the same joining method. I won't repeat the demonstration, please complete it yourself. Just pay attention to the insertion point. Switch colors when needed. The single crochet color should match the color block next to it. Just keep these 2 points in mind. After both underarms are joined, start crocheting the neckline part, turn to the back. From the middle color block, insert the hook into the center stitch of the last row. Take the corresponding color yarn. Make a chain stitch as the beginning chain. Then at the same position, make one single crochet. Then 2 chains. Skip 2 stitches below. Continue with a single crochet on the 3rd stitch. Then 2 chains. Skip 2 stitches. Make a single crochet. This round only uses single crochets and chain stitches. Different sizes also require adjusting the stitch count, so the difference only lies in this starting section. Some sizes follow a sequence like 1 single crochet, 2 chains, then skip 2 stitches and move on. Other sizes start with 1 single crochet, then another single crochet, followed by 2 chains, skip 2 stitches, single crochet, and repeat this sequence. Some sizes begin with 1 single crochet, then skip 1 stitch, then make a chain stitch, skip 1 stitch below, then single crochet, followed by 2 chains to start the sequence. When returning, there might be an additional single crochet connected here, or the joining position could be a chain stitch, then 1 single crochet here, while other areas follow the combination of single crochets and 2 chains. For different sizes, only the beginning and ending sections vary, which will be clearly shown on the chart. Anyway, the crocheting method remains the same, using only single crochets and chain stitches. When crocheting, follow your pattern chart carefully to avoid missing stitches or incorrect stitch counts. I'll continue working with the sequence of single crochet and 2 chains. Crochet to the edge position here. There's 1 extra stitch, so skip just 1 stitch here. Then directly pick up the standing stitch next to the first stitch in the adjacent row, and work a single crochet. Need to skip 2 chain stitches in between. Still need to skip 2 chain stitches throughout. Now we're moving to double crochets on this side. Pick up the double crochet and work a single crochet through the middle. This is the standing stitch, so pick up the standing stitch, and work a single crochet. This is similar to sewing under the arm. When you encounter a double crochet, work a single crochet through the middle. Then when you meet a standing stitch, pick up the entire standing stitch, and work a single crochet. Between every 2 single crochets, skip 2 chain stitches. Just keep crocheting this way. Continue all the way to the skipped stitch from earlier. The stitch that was skipped, when crocheting the left and right pieces before the neckline center, at this adjacent position. Complete 2 chain stitches interval. Work a single crochet into the stitch of the skipped stitch. Then 2 chain stitches interval. On the first chain stitch of the adjacent row next to it, pick it and work a single crochet. Then continue crocheting the same way as this side. Crochet to the last position. Here also skip 1 stitch corresponding to this side. Then work a single crochet on the adjacent stitch. After that, skip 2 stitches and work a single crochet. Then after completing 2 more stitches, reach the beginning, join with a slip stitch into the stitch of the first single crochet. This completes the first round of the neckline. To summarize, the first round of the neckline only uses single crochets and chain stitches. The key is to pay attention to the stitch count at the beginning and end, as well as the skipped stitches below. For other parts, just follow your corresponding chart to crochet. The neckline is crocheted in rounds, 1 round after another. This is the first round, and the number of subsequent rounds varies depending on the size. For children's small size, there is only 1 more round after this first round, while medium size has 2 more rounds, totaling 3 rounds. Large and adult sizes have 3 more rounds after this round, so a total of 4 rounds. I will demonstrate the 4-round crocheting method here. How many rounds you actually crochet should follow your chart. Now let's demonstrate the crocheting method for the second round. The crocheting method for the second round is as follows. Work 1 double crochet into each single crochet, then in the chain space formed by the adjacent chain stitches, some spaces require 1 double crochet, while others require 2 double crochets. The quantity varies depending on the size. Follow your chart and work the corresponding number. For example, I worked 1 single crochet into this single crochet, then next to it, worked 2 double crochets into this chain space. Then at the single crochet position, another double crochet. Next to it, this space, work 2 double crochets, single crochet, 1 double crochet. All single crochets above are worked with 1 double crochet each. Then this chain space, previously worked 2 double crochets, this space works 1 double crochet. After the single crochet, another double crochet, then work 1 into the chain space. Whether these chain spaces are worked with 1 or 2 double crochets, sizes vary, so positions differ as well. Just follow the chart without missing, or adding extra stitches. Complete this round following this pattern. Finish the last stitch. Join with a slip stitch in the first double crochet stitch. This round is done. This is the second round of the neckline, which mainly consists of double crochets. Each single crochet gets 1 double crochet, and chain spaces may have 1 or 2 double crochets. Just follow the chart without adding, or skipping. Now for the third round. For children's medium and large sizes, there are only 3 rounds total. So the third round is the final round, where you need to decrease stitches. But for adult sizes, there's a 4th round after the third round, where the decreases happen. I'll skip decreases during this third round demonstration, and save them for the 4th round. Let me demonstrate the decreasing technique. If you're making children's medium or large sizes, watch me complete all 4 rounds first, then learn the decrease method before starting your project. I'll summarize later. Now let's work the third round. 2 beginning chains. Then yarn over. Insert the hook into the first full double crochet stitch, and work a front post double crochet. That means inserting the hook from the right side, and exiting on the left side. Pull the yarn through. Then follow the double crochet pattern. Complete this stitch, that's a front post double crochet. Next, work a back post double crochet in the adjacent stitch, yarn over. Earlier for the front post double crochet, we inserted from the front. Now we'll insert from the back. Insert the hook and pick it up from the back. Then pull the yarn through. That's a back post double crochet. The second and third rounds alternate between front post and back post double crochets. I'll demonstrate the working method again after completing one full sequence. Front post double crochet, back post double crochet, then another front post double crochet, yarn over. Insert from the right front, exit from the left, and pull the yarn through. Then work it like a double crochet. That's a front post double crochet, then yarn over. This time from the back. Insert from the right side. Then pass through. Pull the yarn tail through. That's a back post double crochet. Just keep working this sequence. Continue until completion. After completing the last stitch, slip stitch into the first stitch of the round. That completes the third round, and now we'll work the fourth round. The fourth round also follows the sequence of front post double crochets and back post double crochets, with the difference only at the shoulders and neckline. A decrease needs to be made right in the center. Let's start this sequence. Where the previous round had front post double crochets, continue with front post double crochets. Then where there were back post double crochets, work back post double crochets there. Whatever stitch was worked in the previous round, repeat the same stitch in this round. Continue this sequence until reaching the decrease position. Now we've reached the decrease point. This decrease requires reducing 2 stitches, so we'll work a triple crochet decrease, which reduces 2 stitches. Here we can see the stitch before the decrease is a back post double crochet. So for the first part of the decrease, make an incomplete front post double crochet up to this point, and since the next stitch is a back post, we'll work a back post. Make an incomplete back post double crochet. The next one is front post, so work an incomplete front post double crochet. Now there are 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through all loops. That completes the front post triple crochet decrease. Then continue with the front post and back post sequence. Whatever the previous round was, this round follows the same pattern. If it was back post in the previous round, it's back post again. If front post, then front post. The decrease here works the same way. Even though it's just making an incomplete stitch first and then combining them, this incomplete stitch still follows the same rule. If it's a front post double crochet, it's an incomplete front post double crochet. If back post, then incomplete back post double crochet. All front or back posts in this round follow the same pattern as the previous round. Let's crochet up to the middle of the neckline before the decrease. At the middle of the neckline, we also need to make a triple decrease. This is slightly different from the previous decrease, which was a front back front triple decrease. Here, since this one is front, and that one is back, it should be a back front back triple decrease. So first make an incomplete back post double crochet, then an incomplete front post double crochet. Next is an incomplete back post double crochet. Pull through all 3 loops at once. That completes the decrease. Okay, moving to the next stitch. Since it's worked in front post here, we'll do front post 2. Here's what you need to pay attention to. Whether it's the regular alternating front back sequence or a decrease. No matter how the decrease is worked, whether it's back front back or the previous front back front, the front back posts in this round always match the previous round. Just remember this and you won't make mistakes. Now we'll work across to this side until reaching the decrease point. At the shoulder area, it switches to front back front decreases again. Continue working this pattern all the way to the end. Complete the last stitch. Join with a slip stitch in the first stitch of the round. Chain 1 and fasten off the yarn. This completes all 4 rounds of the neckline demonstration. To summarize, for children's small size, only work round 1, the single crochet and chain sequence, and round 2, the full double crochet round. For children's medium and large sizes, there are 3 rounds total. After completing these 2 rounds, you'll work another round of alternating front, back post double crochets with decreases. So for medium and large sizes, follow the 4th round technique I just demonstrated for round 3. After completing this sequence, decreases are needed on both sides and the front, same technique but different stitch counts. For adult sizes, there are 4 rounds total. Decrease where required, then work 2 rounds of front, back post double crochet pattern. My swatch has random stitch counts since it's just a sample. Just follow this method according to your pattern chart. That completes the neckline section explanation. Weave in all yarn tails using the sewing needle method we covered earlier, then we'll move to crocheting the cuffs. The cuffs are worked in rounds. All sizes have 3 rounds with identical technique but different stitch counts. Let me demonstrate. This is where we joined under the arm earlier. There are 2 rows of single crochets. Insert hook into the first stitch of the right side row. Take the corresponding yarn and bring it over. Then make a chain stitch. Normally we'd work the first single crochet in the same spot. But here we'll work into the adjacent row of single crochets. Inserting hook into the stitch of this row, work the first single crochet, then 2 chain stitches. Just like the neckline, work into the first stitch of the neighboring row here. When encountering double crochets, pick up the middle strand to make single crochets. When encountering turning chains, work single crochets into the entire chain. Then space 2 chain stitches between every 2 single crochets. The crocheting method for this round is the same throughout. Then follow the chart to complete this round. Finish the last sequence of single crochet and 2 chains. Join with a slip stitch in the first single crochet. The first round is completed. Then proceed directly to the second round. The second round also consists entirely of double crochets. Work 1 double crochet in each single crochet. Unlike the neckline, here in the neighboring chain spaces there will be either 1 or 2 double crochets. All chain spaces are worked with 1 double crochet each. So the sequence for this round is 1 double crochet in the single crochet, then 1 double crochet in the neighboring chain space. Repeat this sequence all the way to the end. Complete the last stitch. Join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Then make a beginning chain. Start the third round. For the third round, decrease stitches are needed at both the beginning and the end. First work the first decrease. 1 incomplete double crochet on the back loop. Then 1 incomplete double crochet on the front loop. Then another incomplete double crochet on the back loop. Pull through all 4 loops. So at the beginning of this round, we've worked a back front back decrease. Since this is the back loop, the next one should be worked on the front loop. Work a regular front loop double crochet. Then decrease again. Another back front back decrease. After completing these 2 initial decreases, continue alternating front and back loop double crochets. Continue the sequence until there are 7 stitches left. Work up to this point. When 7 stitches remain, make 2 decreases like at the beginning, separated by 1 stitch. This stitch is a back loop double crochet, so the next decrease will be front back front. First, make an incomplete front loop double crochet, then an incomplete back loop double crochet. Then another incomplete back loop double crochet. Pull through all loops. Decrease completed. Since this is the front loop, the next one is a back loop double crochet with 1 stitch interval. For the final decrease, since it's a back loop, the next will be front loop, making another front back front decrease. Join with a slip stitch in the first decrease stitch. Chain 1 and fasten off the yarn. The cuff is now completed. Tuck in the yarn tails using the same method as before. Both cuffs are identical, so I won't repeat the demonstration. Complete it on your own. Now we'll move directly to the hem. The hem is also worked in rounds. Start from the underarm seam on the front body side, insert the hook here. It's the remaining half of the starting chain tail below the first double crochet stitch on this front side. All rounds are worked with the right side facing out. Make a chain stitch as the turning chain. Work a single crochet in the same spot to hide the yarn tail. Then make 2 chain stitches and skip 2 stitches. Work a single crochet in the third stitch position. Make 2 more chain stitches and skip 2 more stitches. This round consists of 1 single crochet, 2 chain stitches, skip 2 stitches, and repeat this sequence until the end. work through it first. Continue until reaching the underarm joining position on the other side. One stitch remains here. Treat each of these 2 single crochets as one stitch. Skip 2 stitches, then work a single crochet in the 3rd stitch position corresponding to the single crochet stitch. Continue crocheting downward. When reaching the last sequence, note that previously we made 2 chain stitches followed by skipping 2 stitches. However, here there are 3 extra stitches remaining. So we still make 2 chain stitches, but then skip all 3 stitches and join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. The chain stitches are spaced with 2 chain stitches apart. But previously we skipped 2 stitches below each time. Only in this last sequence, there's 1 extra stitch, so skip 3 stitches directly. This is the first round of the hem. The second round is worked in full double crochets, just like the neckline and cuffs. Work a double crochet in every single crochet. Then in the adjacent chain space, work 1 double crochet. Then in the next single crochet, work 1 double crochet. In the adjacent chain space, work 2 double crochets. This makes 5 stitches as one sequence. It's a combination of single crochet and 2 chain stitches. Work 1 double crochet in the single crochet, 1 double crochet in the chain, 1 double crochet in the single crochet, and 2 double crochets in the chain. This makes 5 stitches as one sequence. Continue this sequence until the second to last chain stitch, work it first. Keep working this 5-stitch sequence all the way to the end. There will be 1 extra chain space left in the last sequence of single crochet and chain. Work only 1 single crochet on the single crochet, and 1 double crochet in the adjacent chain space. 1 double crochet on the single crochet, 1 double crochet in the adjacent chain space. That's the first half of this 5-stitch sequence. Then join with a slip stitch in the first stitch to finish. This round is completed. The next round requires a color change, so we'll chain 1 and cut the yarn here. For the next round, take the corresponding color yarn. Insert the hook into the first stitch of the previous round. Two beginning chains. Then start working front post double crochets again. And the sequence of back post double crochets. This round continues this pattern. Work 1 front post double crochet, then 1 back post double crochet. Keep repeating until the end. Finish with a slip stitch into the first stitch to complete. The next round continues the sequence of front post double crochets and back post double crochets. For children's small and medium sizes, switch colors to another yarn. For large or adult sizes, work 1 more round with this color before switching. I'll demonstrate another round following the color change. Switch to another color yarn. Insert into the first stitch of the previous round. Chain 2 as the beginning chains. Then continue crocheting. the sequence of front post double crochets and back post double crochets. If the previous round was front post double crochets, continue with front post double crochets. If it was back post double crochets, continue with back post double crochets. Front post over front post, back post over back post. Repeat this sequence until the end of the round. Finish with a slip stitch into the first stitch to complete. For children's small size hem, this is completed in 4 rounds. Round 1, single crochet and chain sequence. Round 2, full double crochets. Rounds 3-4, front post double crochets and back post double crochets sequence. Double crochets, back post double crochets, front post double crochets. 3 rounds with different colors for children's small size. For children's large or adult sizes, add more even rounds after this base. The working method for front post and back post double crochet sequence remains the same. Continue front post over front post and back post over back post, repeating round after round. For children's large size, the second color is 1 round and the third color is 2 rounds. For adult size, both colors are 2 rounds each. Follow the chart for your size. Tuck in all yarn tails using the previously demonstrated method. That concludes the hem explanation. Once the hem is completed, the entire garment explanation is finished. For the cuffs, simply follow the same method shown here to complete them. This concludes the crochet technique explanation for this vest.